Let us begin reading A Birthday Surprise, which is pitched at Lexile 400. Let us proceed with reading the book. Easy listening, A Birthday Surprise, Lexile 400. A birthday surprise. Erin Huntsby loved podcasts. Every time she had a free moment, she listened to a podcast. Her family liked to tease her. They joked about how much she listened to podcasts. Are the headphones attached to her head? Her uncle Ted asked. She's got voices in her head. Aunt Margaret laughed. But they weren't mad. They liked her hobby. They knew that it was good for her. I learned so much from podcasts, Erin told them. There is one for almost anything. There is a science podcast. They do cool experiments. There's a maths podcast. It dash me how to use maths. Let us see what word. Shows, walks, hears, pulls. I believe it shows, walks. It shows me how to use maths in everyday life. Though it's a podcast, she's listening, but through listening, she gets some direction, shows. Let us see if we are right. Yes, we are right. It shows me how to use math in everyday life. There is even one for books. Authors read chapters of their books. Then they answer questions. I love them all. Sometimes Erin's family would listen to podcasts together. They would play one on speakers in the living room. Everyone loved it. After they listened, they would talk. They discussed what they had learned. It was a great way to spend an evening. And best of all, they are free. Erin said. They gave Erin's parents an idea. Her birthday was coming up. She hadn't given them many ideas for gifts. I can't think of anything, she told them. She had told them. Irene's birthday was on a Saturday. She woke up early. She ate cake with her family. She opened presents. There were three gifts for Erin. The first was a microphone. The second was the headphones. The last present was new software. This is all great, she said. Do you see how they are all related? Her mom asked her. They are, Erin said. I don't see that at all. This is the equipment to start your own podcast, Irene's dad said. Irene didn't know where to start her own podcast. She had never thought of that before. We know you love podcasts, her mom said. We think it's cool. We thought you could make one. Then people could learn from you, just like you have learned from others. Irene was excited. She loved podcasts. She had always wondered how they were made. Now she would find out. She thanked her parents. She got started right away. She found a quiet spot. She set up the microphone and she she set up the headphones. When she downloaded the new software, it was great. She could record her voice. She could add sound effects. She could easily edit the recordings. It would make her podcast sound professional. Setting up the equipment was pretty easy. Irene was dashed to begin. Let us see. Dark, cold, fine, ready. I believe she was ready to begin. Yes. She hoped that it would be great. She wanted it to be like the podcasts she listened to regularly. There was just one problem. She didn't have a subject. She needed to think of something to talk about, something that everyone would listen in. Then she could get going. Check out book number 2 for the rest of the story. We have reached the end of the story.